Well, here's a repair I'm working on. This is a 5-horse Briggs & Stratton. It's a horizontal crank from 1989. It goes on a large air compressor, one of those little twin-cylinder construction job site things. A guy was using it, and it stopped working with a loud bang. It made a crack, loud bang noise, and it just stopped solid. So he brought it here, and it obviously has a thrown rod. You can see the bottom half of the rod here is no longer existent. This is the second 5-horse Briggs with a connecting rod that's been shattered that I've seen in the past 2 months, which is amazing because I hardly ever see Briggs with thrown rods. It's really a strange thing to see. The engine had oil in it, although the oil is thick and black and old. It would have still provided enough lubrication to keep it from throwing its rod. So it probably didn't overheat or anything. It probably just a fracture in the metal or something, factory defect, whatever. You can see in the bottom of the crankcase here, there's a bunch of little rod chunks. Bottom bearing. See, the bolt is still attached there. It's where it broke off the connecting rod arm, and there's the top of the bearing right there. The bearing looks like it must have not got oil somehow. Either running at some weird angle or something, but let me clean it off so you can see better. That bearing has been spun. It's got scores in it. It's really messed up. When I take the crankshaft out, I'll take a look at that and see if that's savable. Run my finger over it now. I feel scores in it. It's pretty deep ones, actually. So I don't know if that'll be able to be saved without either having it downsized or getting an undersized connecting rod, or just replacing the whole crankshaft, which is probably not what the guy wants to do. That would be expensive, even finding a used one, plus the connecting rod. The rod I priced on the Briggs website is about $25 and about $10 to ship, so 35 plus at least $60 for a good used crankshaft if it needs it. So talking $100 just in parts. Not nothing labor yet. Let me see if I can pop the piston out. See what the rings look like. Trying to do this one-handed here. Almost got it. There it goes. Ah, poor thing. That. There's a light here. Metal fatigue, I guess. Look at that right there. Look how thin that got. This little point right here. I don't know if you can see. And there's another crack right here that started to form. Right above my fingernail. The rings look alright. The piston doesn't look scored deep or anything. It's got some shiny spots there, that's alright. The rings all look fine. They're not cracked or notched or anything. And the bore looks alright. Strange. Strange stuff. Luckily, the camshaft wasn't hurt at all. The engine must have just locked up when the rod broke. Wasn't spinning around or anything. Didn't hurt. Oh, actually it did. Whoa, I didn't even see that. Right there. Look at the bottom part of this lobe here. Something smacked that. And the shaft itself. I'll file that down and make it smooth again. We can reuse this cam. You can see I don't know if you can see it, but the inside of the block also has a dent in it. I don't know if it went all the way through. I don't see a crack on the outside, but you can see where the paint chipped off when the metal expanded. I don't think there's a crack there, so the block is fine. Yeah, I don't, not sure what happened. Obviously, that bearing got really hot. The connecting rod bearing got really hot. I don't know if it seized on the crank and that snapped the rod or what. There's the oil dipper. That's all mangled. The cover for the case is fine. The PTO side bearing isn't scored or anything. It feels smooth. I don't know. The cam bearing in there, that's fine. Pop the flywheel off and take the crank out and see if it see how bad it looks. I'll have an update video soon to show you how bad the crank is, and eventually, if the guy wants, I'll show you a video of it running when it's all finished on the compressor, which is a pretty nice compressor. I'd like to it was an expensive compressor, obviously. It's twin cylinder on the compressor. It's twin tank. It's got to be at least 15 gallon. So you probably want to put the money into it. It wasn't that old. I think the date code on the engine was probably 87, so it's not that old. So I'll give you a video of it later. Thanks.